Welcome to a Soul Elevated Life. Guess what? Yesterday, I declared that I was finished playing the small game. I was done. And every day I've been manifesting that I was going to leverage the energy of money. Every day I manifested that I would master the energy of money. And the cool part is, let me see if I can move this camera over here. So every day I said I would be a master of the energy of money. And the cool part is, it is actually happening. And so what I did was I searched on, this is a bad spot because it looks like I have a thing out of my head. So I'm going to shift over here. Oh, maybe this is a little better. So I've been saying every day that I was going to be a master of the energy of money, and then finally yesterday I made a decision, and I decided that I was going to stop playing a small game. I was going to stop fearing money, and I was going to just really operate outside of my comfort zone, like way outside. And to me, that meant that I would really decide in a very uncomfortable way what my rates are going to be to charge my clients. And it's commencing. I'm going to change the rates today. And when I decided today, so I decided yesterday, I declared it out. I said to my friend and I said to my coach, these are the rates I'm committing to. They made me very uncomfortable. And then today I went to work and I Googled quickly to see what, if I could search for my business, Soul Elevated Life, on Google to see if it would show up. Because for the last few weeks, I've been searching and it would I couldn't even find my website, I couldn't find my Facebook page, I couldn't find anything. Everything was on the 20th page or the 5th page or something crazy, right? It was all this other stuff. So I searched for my name, my business name, Soul Elevated Life, and it was on the first page of the Google search. Isn't that crazy? And my video, my YouTube channel was on there too, as videos. And then I was next to Gary Vaynerchuk, who's this phenomenal man. And his video was old. My video was recent. I was like, oh, how cool is that? That was the multiverse sending me a message that, hey, since you declared you're ready to play a bigger game and you're ready to operate way outside of your comfort zone, I'm going to open up the floodgates. Are you ready for this? Are you ready to receive? Are you ready to bring it? I am. I'm excited, and I am. And then I was driving to work and I saw an Eclipse. And my husband used to drive an Eclipse. He drove a black Eclipse. And when I saw the Eclipse, it was silver. And it made me think of my very first car that I had, which was a silver Audi A3. Audi A3, yes. And it was the first car I ever bought by myself. It was my first car I bought out of college. It was the first car I bought after I had a job. And it was silver. It was my favorite color was silver. And the mailman's here. And so I felt like that was the multiverse sending me a message. He was saying, hey, your husband, he used to drive a black car, and now he is driving a silver car. He is transforming. He is doing his thing. So that conversation you had a few days ago about how you thought you guys were going to get a divorce because you were going to be ahead of him and you were going to transform at a different rate and it would tear you guys apart. Hey, here's my message to you that everything is going to be just fine. He's going to transform at his own rate and everything will be just fine. Because when I was dating Everett, or I was about to date him, I had all this internal chatter and doubts about how it was going to go and if it would ever turn out and if we'd ever end up together and if it would ever work out, because he lived in California and I lived in Texas and it was just all weird, right? And I kept seeing eclipses every single where I went. And I felt like the multiverse was talking to me and she was saying, hey, it's going to be fine. Everything's going to be absolutely fine. And I was like, yeah, but he's not interested in having kids, and he doesn't, I don't know what the future is going to look like and everything. And then I started seeing Gallants, and I started seeing the minivan of the brand of the Mitsubishi brand. So then I knew the multiverse saying, hey, yeah, like you'll slowly transform into having a family where you need a sedan, and then yeah, if you have a family, then you might need a minivan. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then I was just like, you know what? It's just a hoax. I'm just totally making this stuff up. Like I'm looking for eclipses. They're probably a ton of eclipses on the road. Like I see them because I'm looking for them. The multiverse is not sending me any sort of message. I'm totally making this up. And as soon as I said that, the next day, I did not see a single eclipse. Not a single one. And so, the multiverse talks to you. She sends you messages. She talks in your language. Like, if anyone else saw an eclipse, it doesn't mean anything to them. But she knew that if I saw an eclipse, then I would know exactly what she was talking about. Pretty crazy, right? So whatever thing is your thing, listen to it. Listen to the signs and the words and the messages that the multiverse is sending you, because she's talking to you and communicating to you all the time. If you just choose to listen or not, and not be so distracted by all this other junk you have going around in your head. So I was meditating this morning. I was like, what would be a really good topic to talk about today is like doing stuff half-ass. Because I had some triggers yesterday, and I heard all this chatter and all this feedback, all this criticism that was going on about my parenting skills. And, I sat down, I reflected about it a little bit, and I was just like, I journaled about it this morning, and I asked myself, well, Tuan, what kind of parent would you like to be? What kind of parent do you desire to be? What kind of parent are you? And are you coaching your kids to be all that they can be? There's a reason why they reincarnated into your family. There's a reason why they reincarnate to be your child, your kids. Are you going to empower them and lead them to be leaders? Or are you going to not even be there for them? Like, what kind of parent do you choose to be? And I realized that everything I was doing as far as teaching them, it was in line with my philosophy on their autonomy, and for them to discover things themselves, and for them to figure things out, and for allowing them to be them, completely be them. And it didn't matter what my family said. It didn't matter what criticism or feedback they were giving me. They were coming from a place of love. They were saying things that they thought were important, and so they brought it to my attention. And then I get to choose what I thought about it, and if I agreed with them or not, and if it was in line with who and what kind of parent I desired to be. So back to the topic of doing stuff half-ass. And the reason why it is so detrimental to you is when you do things half-ass, you're not fully present, you're not fully doing something with all your heart, and you're not doing something with complete focus. So then you know that you could be doing it better. And then you move on to the next thing that you do, and then you're thinking about the thing you just did before, and you're feeling guilty about how you didn't give it your all, and you could have done better. So you're sitting here, you're criticizing yourself about something you didn't do right, which means that the next thing you're focusing on, you are also distracted because you were thinking about the previous thing you did that you didn't do to your standard. So that is the harm of doing stuff half-ass. And so I learned that when you surrender to the flow of life and you realize that everything comes into your life serves a purpose to help you expand and grow, then whatever comes to you, comes before you, you embrace it full-heartedly, and you put your all into it, and you take it really seriously. And when you do, it comes from a really high vibe place, and then you can move on to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing without thinking about what a half-assed job you did in the previous few things. And it's freeing. I used to be the person that started a whole bunch of things, didn't finish anything, or I would rush through things, slap things together, and that was the kind of vibe I sent out. And that's not the vibe that I desire to send out anymore. And I learned that when you slow down and you be really intentional and put your heart into stuff and think in a different way, you send out a different vibe. People can feel it. They might not even know that they feel it, but they do. And here's something really cool. Here's a really interesting story I wanted to share with you. So there was this experiment where they had water sitting in different glasses, and the glasses were labeled different things. So the glasses were labeled things like love and sadness and sorrow and rage and anger and hatred and disgust and so on and so forth. Just a whole gamut of emotions. And then they looked at the water on a molecular level to see what the water looked like. And the water that was labeled as love was beautiful and symmetrical. And then the water that was labeled rage or hatred, like it looked like rage and hatred, like it was all splattered and asymmetrical, and it really conveyed the emotion of what the cups or the glasses were labeled out, like perfectly. Total synchronicity. And it made perfect sense. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy, right? So the moral of the story is you should label your glasses with love. Right? No, seriously. What it says is if glasses that are labeled certain things can affect the very molecular form of the water. If the label alone, the power of a word labeled on a glass that contains some water has the power to change it and alter it on a molecular level, can you imagine how your life would shift when you start shifting your thoughts and your words and your actions, and you come from a place of love and compassion and generosity and all the good stuff that you know you choose to be, and you know that you came here to be? Like, you are completely operating from your soul's alignment. You're completely listening to your heart. You're completely in a different zone. Can you imagine like the vibe you would send out, and also how you would change your body on a molecular level? Like, I noticed that when I started ramping up my meditation practice like a lot, I started changing. You know, the vibe I was sending out was changing. My heart energy was changing. The way I interacted with people changed. The way I looked at them changed. Because I was slowly changing my body at a molecular level. You know, I was starting to shift my thoughts and think differently. I was feeding my soul. It's so powerful. And the thing is, we forgot when we reincarnated into this earth, this planet, into this human form. We forgot about our royalty lineage. We forgot the empresses that we are. We forgot that we came here and we have a kingdom to rule, and we have wealth like in the vault waiting for us. All we have to do is turn the key. But we don't remember we have the key. We don't remember that we're royalty. We like to deny all of it, and it's not until we come to the realization of our divine truth, our divine origin, is it that we finally embrace who we truly are and what we came here to do and be. And it's time for you to wake up. Yeah. If you're watching this, it's time for you to wake up. It's time for you to embrace your divine desires. Desire of Sire, of the Heavenly Father. You have desires in your heart because they are divine. They are who you are. They are your lineage. You are of divine origination. You are of royalty. You are of royalty lineage. And until you embrace that, until you see the magnificence within yourself, until you truly decide to work in your soul, operate from your soul's alignment, and be who you truly are, and just be who you came here to be, you're going to feel something's off. You're going to feel something's missing. You're going to feel like something's out of balance, something's out of whack. It seems like on the surface everything should be good. You have that job, you have that family, you have the husband, you have the kids. Like, it makes sense, right? But what is it then? Like, what's missing? What is it? It's the very thing you came here to be and do. Yeah. So if you need help, you don't know where to start. You're like, that's nice and all, Tuan, but how do I access this? Because I don't know what I want to do. That's where hiring a coach comes in. That's where I come in. That's what I do for a living. I help you operate from your soul's alignment. I help you find out what it is you came here to do and be. And get ready to operate outside of your comfort zone, because that's where the expansion, the growth happens, and that's where you have massive transformations in all the areas of life that you truly desire. And that's when you really learn about yourself. A coach will help you dig into your triggers, and she'll point out your blind spots with you. She'll help you do all the homework. She'll give you homework and activities you can do to truly reflect and understand yourself, and really dig into your subconscious limiting beliefs and all that junk that no longer serves you. You can master it. You can be a master of it all. You can be a master of time. You can be a master of money. You can be a master of all the different energies and factors that affect your life and who you are and how you're being and how you would like to be and how the person that you desire to be. That's the power of hiring a coach. You get a lot of enlightenment, and your soul gets fed. Just like your soul is getting fed right now as you're watching this video. So, I don't care how you get to me, just get to me. Mopeds, propeds, take a limousine instead. They aren't cheap, but they're easy to find. What does he say? Get on the highway, point yourself my way. Get on a roller coaster that comes in sideways. Just get to me, yeah. Go on, get your ride on the back of a butterfly. There's no better way to fly to get to me. I look around at what I've got, and without you it ain't a lot. But I've got everything, with you everything. So that's the power of having a coach. That's the power of being in tune with the multiverse. You've got everything. With it, you've got everything. With her, you've got everything. With a coach, you have a lot of tools in your pocket. So, get to me. Send me a message. Send yourself through a telephone line. Hitch a ride on the back of a butterfly. Send me a note through a paper airplane. Email me, contact me, whatever it is. Like, if you're ready for a transformation in your life, you're ready for some clarity, you just had enough. Your life feels out of balance, and you're just thinking, there's got to be more to this, right? Like, I know I did not come here to live this life that I'm living right now. Whatever it is not it. And I'm ready. I'm finally ready to find out what it is, and I'm ready. I'm ready to do the work. I'm ready to do the inner work. I'm ready to do the homework. I'm ready to leverage the energy of money. I'm ready to just have a massive transformations in my life. I'm ready to expand my soul. I'm ready to live a soul elevated life. That's what a coach does. That's where I come in. And of course, the coach doesn't have to be me. It can be anyone that resonates with you and that you believe that can help you achieve a transformation. The thing is, if you're watching me and you're attracted to my energy and you love the vibe I send out, and you love this love that I'm pouring into you, there's a reason why you're watching, and there's a reason why you're here. There's a reason why I go live every day, so that I can send out the message so that you can receive it. And check me out on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel now. If you Google Soul Elevated Life, you will see that Soul Elevated Life now has a YouTube channel. You can visit me on my website at soulelevatedlife.com. I'll increase my rates soon, like today. And also, not increase, I'm going to finalize my prices. I'm going to post new prices on my website. And, and I have a mini course that's coming out on September 4th. And it's all about how you can live a soul elevated life, a mini course. And so, you have so many ways to access, like how you can live a soul elevated life. You can hire a coach, you can take a course, you can follow me on YouTube, you can watch my videos daily on Facebook. Sometimes if the videos are shorter, I'll upload them on Instagram TV. But I probably should get another phone or another camera so I can go live on Instagram at the same time. That'd be really smart. And you can go to my website, read my blogs. What else? Oh yes, so if you love to see me live and you love all this love I pour into you, follow me on Soul Elevated Life Facebook, and you can you can set to see me first. So whenever I go live, you get a notification that you can catch my video. And if not, you can always catch me later on the replay on Facebook or the replay on YouTube. Here's to you living a soul elevated life. What thing you're going to do today that's not half-assed, that you're going to pour all your heart into and really give it all you've got so you can move on and be fully present with the next endeavor that you work on. I'll see you tomorrow.